of the video because we're going to throw in an extra bonus key point about how to perform. Alright, so we're going to teach you today the 3 golden rules to stick to achieve a perfect squat. Golden rule number 1 is breathing. Golden rule number 2 is heels into the floor, pushing the floor away when you squat back up. And the last golden rule is keeping that upper body as tight and as steady as possible and letting those hips ass to grass down further than your patella line. So why will we practice a full range of motion squat? Well, number 1, to keep us strong and to keep us able to move in a full range of motion. Doing an ass to grass squat takes a lot of agility, a lot of mobility and a lot of core strength. And you really want to recruit as many muscle groups as possible in that pattern. Going halfway down, and we've all seen those quarter squats, half squats in the gym, guys. There's no use in practicing a non-full range of motion squat. We really do need to go ass to grass. When I first did it myself, I had to significantly take off the amount of weight that I was lifting on the bar in order to achieve that, and I've really felt so strong since. So guys, really lightweight, practice full range of motion, go all the way down to the floor, and you will find yourself getting stronger and more able to gradually increase the weight. So in order to feel that full range of motion, guys, we really must try it with a lightweight first. So we can use a barbell or a dowel and let the hips go right down to the floor as far as you can. So I got to make sure that my feet are slightly wider than shoulder width apart and they're facing towards 11 and 1 on the clock. I sit the weight back on my heels, look forward, big chest, inhale. And I'm going to stay here for a couple of seconds, really feel the weight on your feet, feel where your weight is positioned, and come back up. And you must repeat that a good 10 times before you load up your barbell. And make sure you check out our YouTube videos for tips and golden rules on other exercises, including the barbell, weights, kettlebells, whatever it is you're using in the gym. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to start with the very first golden rule, lifting the barbell in a squat, ass to grass. That is your first golden rule. Make sure that you always go lower than the patella line. Hips lower than the knees every single time. So you've got to practice that without the barbell first, and then go straight into using your barbell and load up your barbell. Second golden rule of getting a perfect squat, push through the heels. So when you're reaching down and you're going ass to grass with your squat, try not to come forward, don't dig the toes into the floor. Make sure that you're always using the heels, pushing the ground away with your heels. You're nice and low in that ass to grass position. You've got a barbell on your back and you're pushing those heels into the ground all the way back up. So if you're having trouble with your ankle mobility, your Achilles tendon or calf tightness, here's a couple of exercises you could do to practice to get that back on track. You've got 2x2 piece of wood or something in your gym that you can practice on and use to put your heels up on. It's a perfect way to practice that squat pattern with a little bit of assistance by putting your heels up on the board. And what you do is you squat down, chest upright, back nice and straight. And that just gives you a little bit of help and assistance with that squat. And then you can move on to using something a little bit lower, like 2 5-pound or 2 5 kg dumbbells on the floor. They're a little lower than a 2x2. And use that as your anchor to try and help ease off the calves and the Achilles. My third tip on getting a perfect squat, breathe. So we must inhale before we squat down, and even if you're not going to exhale on the way back up, keep that inhale really tight. What that does, it allows you to brace your core and your pillar, which is the main anchor for achieving an ass to grass squat. So make sure that you take a big deep breath in before you go down. You go down, ass to grass, you push back up in through the heels, and then you can exhale and explode out with your exhale at the very top. If you're finding tightness in your shoulders and your upper back, grab a resistance band or a dowel. As wide as you can. What you can do is do roundabouts, hands all the way back, touch your back, come forward, tip it off your hips. And repeat that 10 times, 3 times round. And make sure you check out our YouTube videos for tips and golden rules on other exercises, including the barbell, weights, kettlebells, whatever it is you're using in the gym.